I really hope that I can make a video talking about music in a movie without getting a copyright strike. That's the goal. Let's see the reality here. Hi, I'm Nathan, and I like to watch movies. I also like to watch videos about people watching movies and make my own video essays about what film means to me. A question I often wonder while making these videos, is there an actual subtext that the director wants us to find, or are we doing films a disservice by trying to overanalyze them and place them in the context that they were not initially created for? I thought I would practice this skill and overanalyze movies and find meaning that probably wasn't intended on being there. Will I succeed? I'll never say for sure. That is up for you to decide as you overanalyze me. Sometimes I may find a valid point for what the film could possibly mean, but most times I'll probably just be making an obnoxious video essay. The dialogue we see on screen of any given movie is only one way to tell a story. A film script, however, often gives every single aspect of movie making a chance to tell a different story. When we give ourselves the chance to look beyond the simple dialogue that character is speaking and look at every single shot of that movie, we often see confirmation of consistent storytelling that the director is trying to tell us. Take Lady Bird, for example, a film that I find nearly flawless. It tells the story of a girl during her senior year of high school in 2002. More than a story, though, the film uses visuals and also dialogue to portray what the director, Greta Gerwig, wants to get across. Beyond those storytelling elements, another way the story is told is through music, and on my last watch of this film, I was able to notice it more than ever. Now, music plays a big part in the plot. That is obvious, from the musical to the concert scene to the school dance, but even more than that, music helps guide the story and subconsciously cues you in for what is happening. For example, we know that throughout the movie that Lady Bird's relationship with her dad is much better than her mom's.
How'd you know it was me?
Mom doesn't knock.
No, she doesn't.
But there are even hints to that based off of their relationship with music. Notice how when in the car with her dad, they bond over music, and when her mom doesn't let her turn it on, it causes a fight that could be arguably one of the most memorable scenes in the movie.
Alanis Morissette wrote this song in only 10 minutes.
I believe it.
Hey, wait, let's just sit with what we heard.
Are you serious?
Well, we don't have to constantly be entertaining ourselves, do we?
Oh, so now you're mad?
No, it's
because
just you're
I
being
wanted to
ridiculous
listen to
because you
music?
have a great life.
I'm sorry, I'm not perfect.
Music doesn't only tell the relationship of her with her parents, but everyone else in her life as well.
I want my hair, or his hair, to be curly, though. Like Jim Morrison, very 70s.
Like Jim Morrison, exactly. Who is Jim Morrison again?
I like your band. With Jonah Ruiz, Len Fance-New.
You have really bad music. It's all greatest hits.
But they're the greatest. What's wrong with that?
Perhaps this comes from her name, Lady Bird. I mean, how many different songs have the word lady in it? Not to mention Lady Gaga, and also the word bird is in a lot of songs, I guess. Okay, so maybe I'm taking this part a little too far. Let's just get back to the original script I'm supposed to follow. The biggest way music is used to tell a story is from the most memorable song in the movie, Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews Band. So let me get into this by prefacing, yes, I am a big Dave Matthews fan. So take that however you want, but having seen him 6 times, this definitely ranks the movie a little bit higher in my head. So let's dive into the song. Being a clear frontrunner for the most streamed Dave song on Spotify, it's safe to assume that if you only knew about 3 of his songs, one of them is probably Crash Into Me. The song was released in December of 1996 and was played, well, a lot during the late 90s and early 2000s. I'd be lying to say it's not one of my go-tos for late night driving. The gentle but consistent acoustic guitar, the build that leads most fans screaming the last chorus, the lyrics that somehow describe a creep who's stalking a woman in a romantic light. This song pretty much has it all. When asked why Greta Gerwig put the song in the film, she simply said, "I love Dave Matthews. I feel like it's an incredibly romantic song, and I always wanted to make out to that song, and I never did." Noah, here's your chance. Take the hint. So it's settled then. This song is beautiful, right? Actually, it's a bit more complicated than that. Again, not to flex, but I have seen Dave Matthews 6 times, and I've only heard this song played live once. Now yes, it's true that every single night he plays a different set, but other hits like Ants and Everyday I've seen 5 or 6 times live. A big reason behind this is because Crash Into Me has gained a reputation with the fans that almost matches the relationship between Radiohead and Creep, meaning most people who would call themselves die-hard fans aren't really supposed to like these mainstream hits. Whether or not you agree with that assessment of the song, I certainly do not. It brings a new light to the situation of Lady Bird as she speaks up in defense of the song.
I hate this song.
I love it.
By doing this, she not only takes this moment to break away from the toxic friend group she has found herself a part of, but she also found her voice, signifying that she has the freedom to like whatever song she wants. When asked about his song being in this movie, Dave Matthews said this: "It was so lovely to see the song used as a certain tool in someone else's story. And the moment in the movie when it plays so beautiful, Lady Bird takes a stand. You know, it was also nice for me to see the song through someone else's eyes because I have a strange relationship with a lot of the music I've written. I listen to it and I'm like, what am I talking about? This is bull." So seeing Crash Into Me in Lady Bird allowed me to hear my music without having to impose myself on it. Music can have so many meanings. And like mentioned earlier, when you look beyond just the dialogue in the script, you can find so much more. The same thing even applies with music. Because while yes, this song represents her growth as a character, it also cues us in to where we are within the plot. The first time Crash Into Me is played is when she finds out her current boyfriend is gay. This scene is used to signify her breakup and that she's moving on to a new friend group. This ends the first of 3 acts throughout the film. How do we know when the second act is over? The same song is used to signify the end of another relationship of hers and that she's ready for Act 3 and to progress into the final chapter of this story. The other character that goes through a separate 3-act story is her mother. More than any other theme, this is a film about a mother-daughter relationship. And while Lady Bird goes through her own transformation, so does her mom. Early on in the film, we see her driving and listening to this song, The Eve of Parting.
Are warped with parting, break the thought of nights alone.
She seems happy. She appears to be in a peaceful state, although the rest of the movie doesn't exactly agree with that. Her story up until this point was Act 1, and this signifies going to Act 2. When does she get to Act 3? When is the moment we finally see her character progress and truly develop a relationship with her daughter? You guessed it, it is on the way to dropping Lady Bird off at the airport, and yes, they are listening to the same song. Stories through films can be told a variety of ways, and using sound through the form of songs that already exist in our brain is a powerful way of doing that. Whether it's the lyrics of a familiar song or using that song to cue us in where the character is at. Maybe next time that you watch a movie and hear a song in that, you'll be able to identify what that song is being used for and what its purpose is for being in this film. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will see you next time.